What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Fireside Giants. I'm your host, Anthony Rivardo, and today, Giants versus Patriots, baby. Week 3 preseason finale for the Giants. We should see a lot of Jackson Dart tonight, and if you are a viewer of this channel, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. We have an opportunity for some full-fledged scatterbooms. That's right, Cam Scatterboo is expected to make his preseason debut tonight. After missing the first 2 preseason games with a hamstring injury, he's been sidelined for the last several weeks, hasn't practiced at all until this week, surprisingly, Tuesday, back at practice, and boom, back in the lineup, apparently out on the field for warmups and expected to play tonight. I can't wait for some scatterbooms. I hope he gets in the end zone so I can go crazy and give you guys one really good scatterboo. I know that's what you guys are excited for, but how are we all doing? How's everybody feeling? I'm live here on Fireside Giants YouTube, Fireside Giants Twitter, and my own Twitter today, which is new. I haven't live streamed from my own Twitter account before, but looks like 24 of you are tuning in that way. So shout out to all of you. I appreciate everybody tuning in. What's up, Ant? How's your balls? Taken care of? SPP Williams, what's up, Anthony? Scatterboo! Yeah, I know you guys are excited. Carlos, good to see you. Pro T, scatterboom! Going to hear some big scatterbooms here in West Palm or Palm Beach. What's up, Elvis Anthony? That's what they used to call me in college. Ultra Crimson Lotus, early gang is right. He was here 30 minutes before showtime, and I, of course, was late as I usually am. Sean's in here. What's up, Sean? Working and driving, but listening. Appreciate you tuning in, my friend. Won't be able to see it, so play-by-play is going to be the viewing experience. Well, that's what I'm here for. Happy to provide you with that. Airborne Cheeseburger. I haven't seen you in the chat in a while, my good friend. My longtime friend of the channel, Giants by 50. Yes, sir. Hello. What's up, Egypt Steel? What's up, everybody? It's good to see everybody in here. I'm excited. Guys, I'll be live for at least the first half of this game. The second half is to be determined. We shall see. But, hey, I'll probably be having such a good time. How can I say no? I'll probably move along and stay in for the second half. We'll see, though. But I'm really excited, man. We're going to get a lot of Jackson Dart tonight. According to most reports, the starters not expected to play. Not much, at least, if at all. So we should see an extended period of Jackson Dart as the starter in this game, and we should see a lot of those roster bubble guys tonight. Guys like Bo Collins, guys like Montrell Washington, Lil Jordan Humphrey, the receivers, right? All of the wide receivers feel like they're fighting for roster spots. But one key development here, I think, is that we will be seeing Jackson Dart throwing the ball to Jaylen Hyatt. Now, this is exciting because Jaylen Hyatt has a chance here to prove that he belongs on the roster. As we all know, he hasn't done much this summer. Meanwhile, a bunch of other undrafted and otherwise receivers have done a whole lot and made a strong push for the roster. But with Jaylen Hyatt sidelined and not necessarily performing at the highest level at any point in his career thus far, is he in the roster bubble? Is he on the bubble? Well, tonight he's got a chance to prove he deserves to stay, and that's by catching a touchdown pass from Jackson Dart. I think that's a pretty good way to do it. Right? Go beat somebody deep. Go get open deep downfield and let Dart air that thing out. If they can connect on one big, deep money ball, maybe there is a chance that Jaylen Hyatt can save his spot on this roster, the former third-round pick. So that's something I'm definitely keeping a close eye on. I'm with you, Pro T. Want to see some Jackson TDs tonight. He's got to make that decision really hard for Daves. I don't think that there's going to be much of a decision. I think Russell Wilson's going to be the starter, but hey, you know what? Crazier things have happened. I think that the perfect place to look back is the last time Brian Daboll had to deal with a situation like this. When he was the offensive coordinator of the Buffalo Bills, the plan was for Josh Allen to sit the majority of his rookie year. He was in the starting lineup by week 2 because everybody on the roster knew, hey, he's the better quarterback. He deserves to be out there. And so Brian Daboll, if he feels like he's got a better quarterback than Russell Wilson, he'll go with the better quarterback. But I do think Russell Wilson will be the starter for an extended amount of time this season. Appreciate you. Won't stop dream team. Tommy Cutlets, guys. I have very sad news for you tonight. Unfortunately, play the sad violin. Tonight might be the final night of the Tommy Cutlets era. Yeah, this might be it. It was a hell of a run. It was a very exciting time, and I'll miss him. But this is likely his final time suiting up on a game day for the New York Giants. Although he could end up on the practice squad, and he could be back next season. We'll see. Todd, you know what? Bold prediction here. I think Greg Dulcich will make the roster for a couple of reasons. Number one, he's looked really good in the preseason. Scored the touchdown last week from Jackson Dart, had some receptions against the Bills, and has generally played great in his short time here with the Giants. But also he does have some chemistry with Russell Wilson. They played together during their time in Buffalo, and now he's already developed some chemistry with Jackson Dart. So I think there's a chance that Greg Dulcich will make it. I'm excited to see how he performs tonight, though. He's definitely on the bubble, and he's competing with some other guys, Fedoni, Bellinger, and a couple others, Manhurts. So we'll see. Nick Mancy, I doubt a lot of people are really upset about Tommy DeVito this being his final game with the Giants, but, it's fun. I like him. I think Tommy DeVito, he's got charisma. He's a fun guy. He's a nice person. He's a nice guy. Trademark. So I really like Tommy DeVito and think that he is a player who did a lot with a very little chance of being anything successful. And he hung on here as a solid backup quarterback. And I think that he'll get a backup quarterback job somewhere because I think he's capable of being on a roster. Just that roster is probably not going to beat the Giants. Ski Mask Samson saying the background looks great. Thank you very much. I just moved, new apartment, new setup. All this stuff was crammed all over the place in my last place, but now I got all these nice shelves that I built over the weekend, filled everything in, and I'm pretty happy with it. I'm glad you guys like it. Lighting I just did today. That was today's project. Tomorrow's project is finishing my bedroom, but had to get the office set up right first. Just got to fix the echo in here. I know it's a little echoey, guys. I'm sorry. Bear with me. I'm going to be configuring the audio over the next few days, really over the next week as I start to get more furniture and otherwise. Need a rug and need some curtains. That should kill most of the noise. Sam, yes, good to see you, first of all. Second of all, Scattaboo! That's right. Cam Scattaboo is expected to play tonight. He's going to be active. He's back from his hamstring injury. Now, I think the Giants need to be careful with him, make sure that they don't give him too many reps and risk re-aggravation of that hamstring, but he should be playing tonight, and I can't wait. Will Motor get cut? Unlikely. Giants really like Motor Singletary. I know Giants fans are really pushing to cut Motor because they want to see Turbo Miller make the roster, and I do understand that. But, guys, it is also important to keep perspective here. Turbo has elite speed, and he is a player that is very exciting to watch in the preseason, and he's looked really good in the preseason. I'm not trying to take anything away from him, but it is the preseason, and he is playing against third and fourth stringers, and Devin Singletary last year through the first 5 weeks of the season for the Giants as their starter in the regular season was on pace for 1,000 rushing yards. Devin Singletary is a good 1,000-yard potential rusher, a very good running back. He does get hurt sometimes. He misses time. But that's why the Giants have a backfield in their committee. Or a committee in their backfield. So I would love to see I would love to see Turbo make the roster, but I think the Giants are going to have a tough time justifying releasing Motor Singletary. He's too good to outright cut. But if they can find a trade partner, I think they might trade him and hold on to Turbo instead. We'll see, though. I think tonight's a big part in the equation. Yeah, Turbo is a gunner and a return specialist. He can do both. I do think Bo Collins makes the 53-man roster because he has looked really good all summer. And he had that big play last week against the Jets. And he's got some special teams upside. When I was at training camp a couple weeks ago, he was practicing as a gunner on the side the entire time, basically, in between team drills, like putting in extra reps. I was really impressed with his work ethic. I also, since we're doing the game reaction and play-by-play, I just saw our guy Jackson Dart run out onto the field. And can I just say the amount of aura that this kid has? Man, I love Jackson Dart already. I'm fully bought in, guys. I think you already know. If you guys have been watching the channel for a while, you know that I've been a big Jackson Dart guy. I was a huge fan of him heading into the pre-draft process. We started looking at quarterbacks on this channel in December. By January, I was much higher on Jackson Dart than the consensus. I'm very happy he's a Giant, and I'm very impressed with him so far. I'm very confident in Jackson Dart and his future. More confident than I probably should be. I'm setting myself up for disappointment. Sam, a couple things off the top of my head that I'm looking for. One of them being, I'm excited to see some more of Mike Kafka calling plays. I think he's been the standout of the preseason for the Giants so far. Not the standout player, but standout person. His play calling has been tremendous to me. I think Kafka has done an excellent job, setting the tempo and giving the quarterbacks a rhythm. And also just some of his play designs where he's been, calling the fake pitch and the bootlegs and the screens, the timing of them. I'm very impressed with Mike Kafka. So I'm looking to see him continue that in this game and carry that momentum into the regular season. Also looking at all of the roster bubble battles and just want to see some sound play. I think, if you can go 3 preseason weeks with sound play, you got to feel good going into the regular season. Bonnie saying, I think we should keep 7 wide receivers, Anthony. What are your thoughts? I don't hate that idea, but I just don't see the Giants doing it. They've got a lot of wide receiver talent and depth, but it's just hard to have a fully fleshed out roster of 53 guys if you're holding 7 in one position. 6 is usually where the Giants cut it off. And if I have to give you my prediction right now on those 6, obviously you have the first 3 of Leak, Wandale, and Slayton. Those are the first 3. And then behind them, you've probably got 3 spots up for grabs if you don't include Jaylen Hyatt as a lock. Let's say Hyatt makes it, then you've got 2 spots. That's 5 is probably Amir Smith-Marset because he's the Giants' return specialist. And then 6, I think, is Bo Collins. But I might change my mind on that by Monday. Yeah, I think it'll be 6, but we'll see. I would love to see Montrell Washington make it for the fact that he is a slot receiver, and the Giants don't have a lot of slot receivers. Yeah, I do love that Dart has a relationship with Eli, but he's also not DJ took it personal. That's interesting. I like that they have a relationship, but it's not like Dart is under Eli's shadow, so to speak. I feel like a lot of people made those comparisons. Daniel Jones is so much like Eli Manning, and they behave the same way, they have the same demeanor. That's what we heard a lot of, right, prior to his tenure with the Giants and even during the early portions of his tenure with the Giants, Daniel Jones, that is. I don't agree. I know Eli was quiet and soft-spoken, but he was absolutely vocal in the locker room. I know Tiki Barber said all that crap about him and said, whatever. Tiki Barber was trying to carve out a career for himself in entertainment, and he's done so successfully. But Eli, if you listen to what any former teammate coach has ever said about him, he's the guy who speaks up in every meeting. He's at every meeting. He's the first one in. He's the last one out. He's the locker room prankster. He had personality. Daniel Jones did not have personality. He was a plank of wood. That was the issue that I had with him, and that I think a lot of members of the Giants also had with him in the locker room too. So I never saw the comparisons fully, him and Eli, especially not in playing style. And I don't see any comparisons with Eli and Dart in playing style either. So I don't know. I really don't want to talk about Daniel Jones, though. I'm so tired of talking about him. I feel like a wave of relief washed over me. When Jackson Dart walked onto this team with the amount of energy that he has. I'm very happy and excited about that. So let's focus on him, talk about him, and leave that other guy over in Indianapolis so he can ruin the career of Michael Pittman Jr. But all right, guys, it's almost game time. It's actually past game time, but still waiting for kickoff. You guys know how the NFL is. It's Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit in the booth on Amazon Prime if you are watching along there or listening there and just have me in the background. But I will be doing play-by-play, so you'll hear me say, shotgun snap to Dart, fires, touchdown. So that's going to be the MO. Before we do kick all of that off, though, before the game kicks off, I just want to point towards the purchase your tickets, Bazar Music Festival sign right here, and tell you guys down in the description box below. That's where you can find the tickets. Bazar Music Festival. I will be there. I'm a member, or I'm a part of the experiences tab. If you go on the website, I'm doing a live show there with Chris the Entertainer, talking sports. We're going to be talking New York Giants and previewing week 1. This is taking place that weekend. And on that Sunday, if you want to watch week 1, Giants versus Commanders with me and the Entertainer and a bunch of other Giants fans, we will be at the Beach Gallery at Keensburg Beach prior to going to the festival. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Make sure you do go get your tickets and check it out. Flat or Banks tonight. I hope that they both play. And honestly, so far, I think that Flat has been the better performer. So Flat's probably going to get the nod. I don't know what the snap count's going to be for those guys, though, tonight, because the Giants are not playing starters, so it seems. But they also don't seem to view either of these guys as starters, but yet they view both of them as starters. So I don't know. Anyway, ball is away. Patriots have kicked off to the Giants, and that's going to be a touchback, and out trots Jackson Dart so far this preseason, 26 of 35 passing with 291 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, and 0 turnovers. Incredible stuff. Hey, out there with Jackson Dart is Jaylen Hyatt, Greg Dulcich. I see fullback / defensive tackle Elijah Chapman. I see Evan Neal. I see Stone Forsythe. I see Marcus Bowe. And I see Scatterboo! Oh, yeah, baby. It's Scatterboo time. Oh, I'm excited now. Jackson Dart under center. Fakes it to Chapman, hands it off to Scatterboo, who slips and falls ahead for a gain of about 4 or 5 yards. Scatterboo! Oh, I can't wait for him to score a touchdown on this drive. It's going to happen, isn't it? Gunnar Olszewski is also out there as the receiver. Chapman's been subbed off. Scatterboo last season, 1,711 rushing yards and 21 touchdowns on the ground. He also had an additional 3 touchdowns receiving. 5 wide here for Jackson Dart, 2nd and 6 from the 39-yard line. Takes the snap, drops back, flag down. He's going to step up. He's going to fire one to Gunnar Olszewski, who's off to the races. Gunnar Olszewski with a lot of room. He's inside the 20. He's down inside the 15-yard line. Nice play right there from Jackson Dart. There is a penalty. Let's see what it is. Offsides on the defense. Heads up play there by Jackson Dart to recognize the flag on the defense, extend the play, and make something happen. Marcus Bowe lined at left tackle. Evan Neal at right guard tonight. Great pocket that Jackson Dart had. Steps up in it. Fires a dart to Gunnar Olszewski. A long catch and run down inside the 20-yard line. Nice throw on the run there. A lot of zip on that one. Jackson Dart looking good. Ball at the 11-yard line. 1st and 10. Jackson Dart under center. Fakes the handoff to Scatterboo. Holds it. Pressure. Throwing on the run. Oh, tried to fit it in a tight window to Thomas Fedoni. It falls incomplete. That would have been a great throw. That was thrown to the front pylon there as Thomas Fedoni tried to come back for it. Just outside of the reach of Thomas Fedoni's outstretched arms. It goes out of bounds and incomplete. Dart looks calm. He looks poised. Pressure's not bothering him, and he is extending plays. 2nd and 10 from the 11-yard line. Handoff is to Scatterboo. Makes a cut. Gets hit. Hits a guy and falls forward for about a 3-yard gain. That'll bring up 3rd down here. Appreciate you, Eddie. I see you. Safe drive home. Shotgun for Jackson Dart. He's got trips to the right. 3rd and 6. Scatterboo in motion. Shotgun snap is to Dart. Fires one, end zone, Dulcich, touchdown. Greg Dulcich, we just talked about him before we went live, or before the game began, fighting for a roster spot, and Jackson Dart, surgical, down in the red zone. Nice throw, tight window, lots of heat on that one. Yes, sir. What a throw from the rookie. His great preseason continues, and there is Malik Neighbors, Russell Wilson, and Dexter Lawrence running onto the field to congratulate him. That's what you love to see. This team is bought in on Jackson Dart. Clean pocket, tight window there, layers it over the linebacker between the cornerback and the safety, and hits Greg Dulcich for the touchdown. I loved that drive. That was a great drive. Perfect execution from Jackson Dart, and great calls there from Mike Kafka, the offensive coordinator. How's everybody feeling? That was a great drive there from Mike Kafka and Jackson Dart. The one lone completion by Jackson Dart was trying to make something happen out of nothing, throws it through the end zone, whatever, next play. How about I fire one into a tight window there to Greg Dulcich for his second touchdown in 2 weeks. Dulcich definitely fighting for a roster spot. That's awesome. Jackson Dart, guys, he has looked good. Yeah, Scott, Dart has a live arm. That's a good way to describe it. Sam, I saw right tackle was Stone Forsythe. Left tackle was Marcus Bowe. Right guard was Evan Neal. I didn't see left guard and center. I know Schlottman was out there probably at center. Scadaboo had a touch on that drive, had two handoffs, fell forward for a couple of yards. And yes, Pro T, that's a really great thing to point out. When that first play broke down, flag on the play, Dart hangs tough in the pocket, doesn't get panicked at all, starts directing traffic. Hey, you go this way, you go that way. Points to Gunnar Olszewski, says go this way. On the run, fires to Gunnar Olszewski for that huge chunk play down to the 20-yard line. That is great quarterbacking right there. That's poised quarterbacking. That's a veteran play by the rookie, dare I say. Awesome stuff. Super excited. Yes, Hyatt was out there. He didn't get a reception. I'm sure he will. Corp CA, thank you so much for the super chat. Did you know that NYG is a transformer? We went from the NY Ants to the NY Giants. The GI stands for Greater Intangibles. I did not know that, Corp CA. I think that your John Stewart Green Lantern profile picture is awesome. Great to see you back in here, Corp. Been here many times before. Happy to have you back. And thank you for the super chat. Jackson Dart is really him. I mean, you see how the whole team just hypes him up? I see Kafka running out onto the field smiling. Malik Neighbors jumped up there and was super excited. Great play calling here. And a great, great drive from Jackson Dart. Gotta love it. You guys are right. I was muted. I apologize for that. Muted myself so I could sip of water. Forgot to unmute. Thank you for everybody calling it out. 1st and 10, handoff, gain of about 3 yards there for the Patriots. Sorry, guys. I'm too excited. All I said was Ben Wooldridge is in and not Drake May. Ben Wooldridge is apparently a rookie who was in college for 7 years. Incredible stuff there. All right, 2nd and 7 from the 25-yard line. Snap to Wooldridge out of the shotgun. In the pocket, ball batted down at the line of scrimmage. Giants defense started to collapse the pocket, and that was, I believe, DJ Davidson getting his hands on the football. He's had a great summer. He's pushing for a roster spot. Abdul Carter is out on the field. I did see Cordell Flott as well. Carter lined up as the edge rusher over the right tackle. 3rd and 7, snap to Woodridge. Stunt play, Carter with a pressure. Pass low, caught by 29, tackled for a very short gain. That's going to bring up 4th down. Punt unit coming out. Carter was right there. He almost had a sack. That was me force choking for Abdul Carter. Yeah, I see some of you guys are a few plays ahead. I'm sorry. I don't know what I can do about that, truthfully. I've got my stream here. But that's all right. I'm not reading the chat so much as I'm watching the game. So Amir Smith-Marset back to return, takes it, is across the 20, makes a man miss, and tackled down at the 21-yard line. That's going to bring out the New York Giants offense led by rookie quarterback Jackson Dart. Yeah, actually, you guys are right. I do have Amazon Prime. I should actually fire up Amazon. Let me get that going. I'll get that going at the commercial break. Got to focus in here. I have a different stream. 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. Jackson Dart in the shotgun. Jaylen Hyatt in motion. Snap is to Dart. Throw is to Hyatt. Catch is made for a gain of about 5 yards. Appreciate you, SPP Williams, syncing up with me. Jason, you like the way I'm saying Jackson Dart? Oh, man, he's getting me excited. 2nd and 5, Dart in the shotgun, takes the snap, looking to the right, throwing to the right to Thomas Fidone out in the flat, who falls forward for a 1st down. Nice power on the rookie 7th rounder there, rookie to rookie. All right, that's going to bring up 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. Jackson Dart back in the shotgun. Takes a snap, drops back. Stepping up. Takes a hit as he's thrown, going deep. Almost caught there by, I think that was Bo Collins. Broken up. It was a little bit underthrown, but it hit him in the hands. It was a tough throw, tough catch. Falls ultimately incomplete. A little bit of pressure in. I think that was who else but Evan Neal giving up the pressure. Got absolutely worked. Jackson Dart takes a shot to the stomach. Ball was certainly in Bo Collins' hands. Should have been caught. Handoff is to Scatterboo on 2nd and 10 here. He falls forward for a gain of about 3, maybe 4. I can see the chat is saying something about Jaylen Hyatt, unfortunately. Spoiling me. I'm going to try and get this thing synced up at the next break. Yeah, it was Evan Neal with poor protection on that incompletion. All right, that's going to bring up 3rd and 6 here for Jackson Dart and the Giants offense. Dart in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Stepping into a deep one. Going long here to Hyatt, who drops it. Lots of contact there. He's looking for a flag, but that's one that should have been caught. That was a good throw. It dropped right on his chest. And Brian Dable's not happy. Brian Dable is shaking his head. He looks pissed off, and I don't blame him. Hyatt had space there. Didn't track it properly. Ball hits his shoulder pad. Looks like he was doing a little bit more to try and sell the penalty than to actually make the catch. Tripping over himself and falling. Maybe go up there with some physicality and make the play, young man. I don't know what that was. Punt inside the 20 and going to be downed at the 14-yard line. That was the chance for Jaylen Hyatt to do something, to make a big play, and didn't make it happen. All right, so we are in a commercial break. All right, now that we're in a commercial break, let me go ahead and actually fire up the Amazon Prime Video so that we are all synced up here in the chat. Watch live main broadcast. So they don't have the all 22 broadcast for the preseason, I guess? Is that just for the regular season? How do I lower the volume on Amazon Prime? My goodness. Poor eardrums. All right. Yeah, 2 drops from the wide receivers. Not good. But, hey, V. Elliott makes a great point here. When he's in the starting lineup, Jackson Dart, that is, Malik Neighbors is making that catch. Honestly, Darius Slayton's making that catch too. It was a good throw. Great throw. Hit him on the chest. Hit him in the shoulder. C. Webb, happy Thursday, my friend. All right, so we are out of the commercial break. I hope that we're synced up now. All right, 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Patriots quarterback Woodridge is under center. Takes a snap, hands off. And there's going to be a gain of about 4 yards there. My prediction for week 1 is the New York Giants win on the road. But you knew I was going to say that. Come on. Yeah, that throw to Collins was impressive. He took a shot there, courtesy of Evan Neal's poor pass protection, unfortunately. 2nd and 7. Abdul Carter is still out there. He's lined up as the edge rusher. Darius Alexander next to him. There's a flag on the play. Cordell Flott with a great pass breakup on a throw on a quick out route to the left side of the field. Yeah, that's a great break on the ball and a great play in coverage from the Giants cornerback. Legal formation for the offense. 5-yard penalty. That'll bring up 2nd down. So technically that pass breakup won't count for Cordell Flott, but that was a great play, and it will count for the coaches when they watch back the film. Great play on the ball there. Yeah, I have to say, I do think Cordell Flott is solidifying himself as a CB2. The flag was a legal formation. 2nd and 12 here. Snap. Throw. Another play in coverage. They're testing Cordell Flott, and they shouldn't be. Great play in coverage once again, back-to-back from Cordell Flott. An out route there about 12 yards to the sticks, and he was sitting on it waiting for it, and he was right there. Great play by Cordell Flott in coverage. That's 2 in a row, and that's 3 so far this preseason. That's what we like to see. That's going to bring up 3rd and 12. Giants have Elijah Chapman and Abdul Carter lined up next to each other on this defensive line. Snap to Woolridge from the shotgun, drops back, deep drop back, firing and batted down at the line of scrimmage, nearly intercepted. That's a pass tipped and brought down. Very nice. That was number 57, Chauncey Golston, the Giants' new pass rusher, getting his hand on the football, I believe. Yep, Chauncey Golston batting that one down. Great drive from the defense there. I mean, 2 phenomenal plays in coverage from Cordell Flott. And nice job by Chauncey Golston. That's going to be a key piece for this Giants defense, I think, as the, I guess, number 4 edge rusher now, but he's got the ability to move inside as he did on that play. Olszewski returns out at about the 40-yard line. Good field positioning coming up for the Giants offense. Abdul Carter was out there on that drive too, so that's 2 series, Jeffrey. No Kayvon, though. I didn't see him out there. All the rookies seem to be playing tonight. I think that's kind of the intention, is all rookies and all roster bubble players out on the field. Flott is cooking. Cordell Flott's doing some cooking. There's a flag down on this return. Somehow it's some unsportsmanlike on the Giants for blocking out of bounds, I think it was. It's going to back up the Giants offense a little bit. Excited for some more Jackson Dart. They're showing off Jackson Dart's pregame outfit, looking pretty stylish. They also showed a shot of his mother and his necklace. Jackson Dart has good family genes, is what they're trying to show us. Handoff is to Turbo Miller. He makes a man miss. He's turning a corner, and he's picking up about 8 yards there on 1st and 10. That's going to bring up 2nd and 2. '94 Elijah Chapman still in there as the fullback. Giants in the I formation here on 2nd and 2. Turbo Miller still in the backfield. Snap. Handoff is to Turbo, who falls forward for a gain of about 2 and picks up a 1st down. It looked like a pretty obvious 1st down, but they're going to bring out the virtual measurement bull crap that everybody is already sick of. No chip in the ball. They're just wasting everybody's time. It does take forever, this virtual measurement crap. I don't care if I sound like a boomer, old man yelling at cloud. Bring me back my chain gang. Yeah, I have to say, Elijah Chapman, he's looked pretty good at fullback. I mean, the big 300-pound defensive lineman out there on the offensive side of the ball. He's definitely got a roster spot. He's definitely proven to be valuable in more than ways than one. So, I mean, he picked up the 1st down by at least a foot. What are we doing here? Move on. That's 4 1st downs for the Giants, 0 for the Patriots. Giants up 7-0. Jackson Dart under center, I formation. Fake is to Turbo Miller, stepping up in the pocket, pumps, and is going to be sacked. I didn't see who was to blame, but Evan Neal was somehow behind Jackson Dart as he got sacked, so I'm going to have to make an assumption there. Evan Neal definitely got beat there, tried to push the lineman past the pocket, but pocket collapsed as a result. Evan Neal, this experiment is not going well. All right, 2nd and 16. Empty backfield, 5 wide set for Jackson Dart. Takes the snap, looking to the right. Now he's looking to the left, going through his progressions. A lot of poise. He's playmaking. He's on the run. He's throwing to Greg Dulcich, who picks up about 12 yards. Down at the 30. Flag on the play. Holding offense, number 70. That's the right tackle, Stone Forsyth. A backup offensive lineman for the Giants who I really hope doesn't get any regular season playing time. If he does, something went wrong. But hey, that was a good rep there from Jackson Dart to extend the play and hit Dulcich on the run. I didn't realize I still had that comment up there. All right, so the Giants should have started out at the 40, but penalty later. They're all the way back at their own 9-yard line to bring up 2nd and 24. Shotgun, empty backfield. Snap is to Dart. He's looking, he's throwing, and the ball is dropped by Bo Collins on a slant. Whether we're talking penalties, pressure, dropped passes, this is ugly. This is preseason football. Everybody's playing preseason football except for Jackson Dart right now. This is not good. That's 2 drops for Bo Collins, a roster hopeful who I really thought had a roster spot locked up, but the lights are looking bright right now. Sheesh. That's going to bring up 3rd and 24 from the Giants' own 9-yard line. Mind you, they started at the 40. Quick pass to Dulcich, the only guy reliable enough to do anything, but he's not so great after the catch, and he's down at about the 13-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th and 10 or more. Punt unit coming out. Jackson Dart shaking his head as he's running off to the sideline, and I don't blame him. I'm shaking my head too. Had to fire off an angry tweet, guys. I'm sorry. Punt is to the Patriots. Return man makes a guy miss in a tremendous fashion, and now he's off to the races past the 50, past the 40, and down. Wouldn't you know, Greg Dulcich making the tackle. MVP tonight, possibly. Touchdown reception, another catch, and a tackle on special teams. Greg Dulcich. That's Giants 7, Patriots 0. We're in commercial break. I'm going to run for just a second here. Be right back, my friends. Give me 30 seconds or less. Okay, and I'm back. Thank you guys for patiently waiting for me. Yeah, guys, really bad drive kills there by penalties. And hey, wouldn't you know it, poor pass protection from Evan Neal and Stone Forsyth. Not good. What are your guys' biggest takeaways so far about halfway through the first quarter? I'll say this, the Giants defense looks phenomenal, hasn't given up a first down yet. Yeah, who said that? Where is that? Trade Neal to the Colts with Hyatt. Yeah, give Daniel Jones his best friends back. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good takeaway, Chazen. Great ball placement from Jackson Dart tonight. Dart does look composed. Evan Neal looks rough. Hyatt might be cooked. Cardona with the right takeaways. Those are all the same ones I have. Yeah, Kirk Herbstreit, Mr. College football expert, he says Kayvon Thibodeau. Who the hell is Kayvon Thibodeau? I've never heard of him. First and 10 from the 40-yard line, already across midfield, are the New England Patriots. Wooldridge takes a snap. Chapman was in there in a nanosecond, but got blocked, didn't make the play. It's going to be a gain of about 2 yards by the running back. Giants' run defense really popped there, though. Letter grade for the O-line so far, a D. The penalties are unacceptable. 2nd and 9. Patriots are under center here, man in motion, handoff. Bouncing around, dancing around, and that's going to be a short gain of about 3 yards. I think 4 Giants collapsed on the rusher on that one. That was nice. Yeah, DJ Davidson is in. Abdul Carter is subbing back in here for 3rd down. Giants want to get a look at him as a 3rd down pass rusher. This is where they expect him to be his most lethal, of course. Passing situation, 3rd and 5. Want to get your best rusher out there? Let's see Abdul Carter. Come on, go ahead and get that sack. 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap is to Woolridge. And he's going to take the halfback draw, hand it off, and doesn't get there. Down. 4-yard gain. That's going to bring up 4th and 1. That was a great tackle there by Art Green, number 35, the defensive back. That was a great tackle. Halfback draw was an interesting play call there. They saw Carter come on the field. They knew the rush was coming. They handed off. 2 broken tackles by the running back, but then Art Green putting in that work and making that tackle. 2 ugly missed tackles, though, prior to Art Green making a great textbook tackle, though. Green could make the team. He was on the regular season roster at the end of last season. 49-yard field goal is up and is no good. 7-0. Giants defense holds once again. And my stream is buffering. The Giants Twitter community did not like my joke about Tommy DeVito tonight. That much. Clearly, Tommy DeVito is a sore subject to Giants fans, apparently. I bet he'd do pretty good, kind of like JPP. I'll never forget JPP blocking that field goal against the Cowboys. It's one of my favorite moments in Giants history that I remember watching. My joke about Jackson Dart was tonight could be the end of the Tommy DeVito era. Crying emoji, dying rose emoji. Thank you for everything, Cutlets. Crying happiness emoji, Italian flag emoji, and a video of him scoring highlights with sad music in the background. That's what Giants fans are pissed off at me for. I thought it was funny. All right, so what do I want to see on this next drive other than more Jackson Dart magic? I want to see a little bit of Jaylen Hyatt hopefully make a reception. I would like to see the offensive line improve, and I would like to see no penalties on this drive, please. No penalties, come on. Yeah, that 2011 defense. Well, honestly, during the regular season, they were pretty bad, but they were injured a lot. Like a lot of people forget, the Giants defense ranked near the bottom of the league in 2011. The Giants rushing attack ranked near the bottom of the league. Their offensive line ranked near the bottom of the league. They ranked nearly last in every category except for quarterback and wide receiver. But the defense wasn't really their fault. They had so many injuries that year, and then they all got healthy just in time for that final run and into the postseason, and they were out of their minds in the postseason. It's like we finally saw it at its full potential. So 2011, good times, good memories when I was A youngin, a very young guy, a youngling. All right, Marcus Bowe is out there at left tackle still. Jackson Dart takes the snap from the 39-yard line, fakes the handoff, throw is to Hyatt, who's tackled for a short gain of about 5 or 6 yards. Little slant route to Jaylen Hyatt. Good protection on that play, I'll say. 2nd and 4, shotgun. Snap to Dart, looking to the right, throwing to the right out to Jonathan Ward. That ball is not caught. I wouldn't call it dropped, though. More broken up by a great play from number 15 of the Patriots. Don't know who that is. Dart probably could have either gotten that one out sooner or gone to a different read. That looked pretty covered. Brian Dable's pissed off, shaking his head with his arms crossed. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4. What do you got for me, Dart? Takes a snap, drops back to pass. Going deep, going to Hyatt. Oh my, dropped again. Okay, well, I think the story is written on Jaylen Hyatt's time with the New York Giants. I mean, holy, you couldn't throw that ball any better. I mean, it was right on his chest. That was a throw on the money. He dropped it and then he even flailed his arms, pissed off at himself. That is unbelievable. A perfect throw. 3rd and 4, Giants are leaving the offense out there. Patriots call a timeout. I mean, are you kidding me, Jaylen Hyatt? Oh my God. See, this is, I wish Alex were here because Alex would say, doing all that tweeting in the offseason does you nothing if you can't perform on the field. He's 100% right. Oh, Mr. Fighting the coaching staff, tension with front office management, tweeting about how good he is. Get the hell out of here, man. What a disappointment. Yeah, you're right, Dame. He's catching with his body. He's trying to trap it on his body. Hands. You catch balls with hands. Hands. Not chest. All right, 4th and 4. Giants leaving the offense out there. Line to gain is the 49-yard line. Snap is to Jackson Dart. He's standing back there. He's evading the rush. He's stepping up. He's running for a gain of the 1st down and then some. He's down at the 30-yard line. He fumbled. Flag on the play. Dart gave a little thumbs up to indicate that he's okay, but taking a hit there very unnecessarily. Yeah, no need to run into contact like that. He definitely should have just went down. That is a clear and obvious fumble. That's going to be a turnover on the New York Giants. He should have slid. He's got to learn how to slide. The holding on the defense will be recovered or will be charged. I'm sorry, will be applied from the spot of the recovery. Offense is staying out there. Yeah, that's what the preseason's for. He's got to slide, and he's going to learn that, and I think that was a learning lesson for him. Still on the field is Evan Neal, who's been terrible tonight, and Jaylen Hyatt, who's been worse than terrible tonight. Was that Jabril Peppers out there for the Patriots? Is he not like a full-time starter anymore? He's playing in this Week 3 preseason game? Okay, so what's going on is they're pulling Dart out of the game and making him run to the blue medical tent. and get a check for a concussion. His mom is mad. They keep showing his mom and dad out in the stands for all of you peeping toms. She was angry. 1st and 10, Jameis Winston in the game. He's going to fake the handoff, and he's going to fire one deep to Jaylen Hyatt for the touchdown. Finally, he caught one. That was a perfect throw from Jameis Winston. What a dot. Now Jaylen Hyatt's walking up to the camera and talking his shit after 3 drops and 1 touchdown catch, I suppose. But okay, whatever. I like it. Touchdown. Jameis Winston running off the field, eating a W. Hey, what I will say about Jaylen Hyatt, he's had the drops, but he has had separation on every single one of these plays. He's been open downfield. He just hasn't been catching the ball until that one. He secures the catch, and that is a New York Giants touchdown. Hilarious sequence of events there for Jaylen Hyatt. Beautiful throw from Jameis Winston, guys. I can't even – the touch on that ball just dropped in the bucket. And like I've said before, and I'll say again, well, let me analysis this. Jaylen Hyatt with a really nice release there, stacks the cornerback at the top of the route, uses that left hand to shield, and then hauls it in, sliding to the ground to secure the catch. Catches it on his shoulder pad, doesn't use his hands, whatever. That's how he dropped the last 2, but this time it worked. I guess that's the success rate. You can catch it on your shoulder pad once every 3 times. So, all right, that's Jaylen Hyatt's strategy, I suppose. That was Neighbors running out onto the field, dapping up Jameis Winston, jumping up high in the air and celebrating with Jaylen Hyatt. Jackson Dart is out of the blue medical tent. Seems completely fine. I'm sure he'll be back in there. 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Happy for Jaylen Hyatt, sure, but got to see more. This would be a fun game to play, but I don't know how long I would last and how good my play-by-play commentary would remain. Jackson Dart cleared to return to the game. Handoff is down at the 44-yard line. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1 for the Patriots offense. They're showing footage of Jackson Dart in the medical tent going, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, trying to get them to hurry up and get the check done so you get back on the field. Misses opportunity to throw that touchdown pass. He looks pissed off on the sideline, but he was definitely hyping up the boys on the touchdown. That's going to be a tackle short of the line to gain there. That's going to bring up 3rd and inches. That's number 48 screaming into the backfield and making the play. Let me bring up the Giants' numbered roster because we're at that point of the preseason. Oh, my God, Jackson Dart is so pissed off on the sideline. It's unbelievable. I mean, he has the poutiest, bitchiest face that I've ever seen on a quarterback. I love it. He is so pissed. He's like, these medical evaluators took my touchdown from me. 3rd and 1. Ball is snapped. Ball is handed off. That's going to be a 1st down and then some for the Patriots across the 50-yard line. Jackson Dart is so pissed. He's walking around the sideline. He's got no smiles. He is so pissed. I love this kid, man. He's awesome. He's kicking shit on the sideline. He's literally kicking over equipment. He's so angry that they took his touchdown away. All right. Giants applying some pressure here. Woolridge is going to step up and scramble for about a 4-yard gain. Dart's got a towel over his head, walking around pissed in the background. They're showing Brian Dable speaking to James Woods. You see a pissed off Jackson Dart walking around with a towel on his head. He dapped up Jaylen Hyatt. Jaylen Hyatt's telling him, hey, it's okay. Odell at quarterback. You guys are hilarious. That's number 46. That's Ford making the tackle for the loss in the backfield. Came through very quickly. Trace Ford with the tackle for loss. Nice play there in run defense. Right? Giants run defense looking a little bit better today, I will say. Oh, that touchdown pass from Jackson Dart. They're showing it again. It was pretty. And holy crap, him and Malik Neighbors jumped out of the stadium when they celebrated together. The hell was that? Yeah, 46 has made a couple nice plays today. He's been in the backfield a bit. And now they've got a Buffalo Wild Wings commercial with a rapper Lil Dicky of all people, like as if he has been relevant at any point in the last 7 years. He's selling Buffalo Wild Wings now. Guys, what are your takeaways? That's the end of the first quarter. I'm really hoping that we get some more Jackson Dart. Chris, I don't think he's being a brat. I don't think that's really the way that I would describe it. I think that he's just a competitor, man. He just wants to make plays, and he's pissed off at himself for fumbling the ball. He's pissed off at himself for getting knocked out of the game, and he's pissed off that he wasn't the one to throw that touchdown pass. That's competition, and that's a good thing. I love it. Yeah, I love how much he cares. I know it's only preseason, but he can't treat it like it's the preseason. In his mind, this might be the only time he gets to play all year. He wants to put up as many touchdowns as he can. Jackson Dart, man. What a beast. All right. Chat is debating Jackson Dart's antics. Well, it really seems like one person's debating one side and everybody else is debating the other side. I don't know. I'm going to agree with Steven on this one. I'd rather have a quarterback that's pissed on the sideline than one that cries. I'd rather have one that has personality and emotion on the sideline and doesn't just retreat and sit there and say and do all, does nothing. This is a breath of fresh air to me. This is good. All right, the game is about to resume here. I also think he was pissed at his fumble. All right, this is going to bring up 3rd and 10 for the Patriots offense from the 48-yard line. Shotgun snap to Woolridge, drops back to pass. Quick throw on the slant, and that's going to be dropped. Incomplete. Number 39 in coverage for the New York Giants. That was a good play in coverage. That was Fortune. Fortune with a nice play in coverage. Fourth and 10, and that's going to bring out the punt team and hopefully some more Jackson Dart. Better get some more JD. I love this. Giants fans in the chat are comparing Tom Brady and Jackson Dart and Michael Jordan. I mean, you got to love it. Giants fans are excited. Ball is on the ground, scrambling all over the place. I think the Patriots have recovered a muffed punt here. Unfortunate scene. Looks like the punt came in and maybe ricocheted off of a Giants Gunner. No, they're going to say it goes off of Turbo Miller, hit him in the butt. However, he was shoved into the return man and shoved into the ball, basically. This might be interference, return specialist interference, whatever they call it. And the refs are certainly taking their sweet time making a judgment call. They're calling it a touched by the receiving team, recovered by the kicking team, first down New England inside the 15-yard line. Bad call, but whatever, it's preseason. Trenton Wright, Dart should start week 6 primetime versus the Eagles. No, thanks. I'd rather see Russell Wilson out there. Appreciate the super chat, though, my friend. Corp, why is Hyatt begging to get cut? Well, hey, he just fought back with the touchdown grab. Let's see what else he can do tonight. Appreciate the super chat, Corp. Woolridge on the run, 1st and 10. Cross, first down, diving for it. Gets a popped and down at the 2-yard line. He's angry he didn't get into the end zone. Well, obviously, because you're not Superman. You're not going to fly 5 yards into the end zone, buddy. What the hell was that? Giants edge rusher on that one got completely faked out by, I think that was Ford, got completely faked out by the play action. 1st and goal from the 1.5-yard line. DJ Davidson came through super fast, blew that play up. Running back bounced it outside. Davidson didn't make the tackle, but somebody else cleaned it up. But that was a great rep from DJ Davidson. Looked good this summer. Holding on the offense, number 69. Bing, bing, bing. 69, last name Strange. It just says 69 Strange on my screen. How strange is it? I don't find it all that strange. That's going to bring up 1st and long for the Patriots offense here. DJ Davidson came through in about a nanosecond. He drew the holding penalty from Strange number 69. That's going to bring up 1st and goal from the 11-yard line. Play action pass. Woolridge under pressure. Throwing. Batted away by Fortune. Yes, sir. I don't know why, but I'm just rooting for this Fortune. Number 39. Great pass break up there. Way to get your head turned around. Can you teach that to Deonte Banks? If Deonte Banks could do that, he'd be an all-pro. No, Deonte Banks is not active. That's the rookie Fortune with the pass break up. Yeah, great eyes. I mean, he looked like he was staring down the quarterback. What a rep there. The ball skills on this one. Some good ball skills. 2nd and goal from the 11. Halfback draw up the middle. And there we go. That's what we wanted to see. That's Darius Alexander with tackle at the line of scrimmage. Quickly blew up that rep. There we go. Yeah, Darius. That's what we wanted to see from the rookie. Great rep. He's pumped about it, and so am I. Great rep there from Darius Alexander. A lot of you guys have been concerned about the 3rd rounder out of Toledo. I did the film breakdown on him today. I told you guys in that video, be patient. That's why. He's got the potential. All right, you got Elijah Chapman and Darius Alexander both lined up on the down lineman at the 3-tech spot. 3rd and goal. Quick pass out to the right. Another pass break up by my boy Fortune. Yes. Fortune. Oh, my goodness. This Giants defense, I know it's only the backups, but they look pretty damn good, don't they? It was a bad, ugly throw, but Fortune broke on it. I mean, if he threw that thing inside, Fortune was right there to make the play. It was thrown behind the receiver, which is ultimately why I think it was broken up. But Fortune was right there. Fortune! Let's go. I got to tweet about my boy Fortune. His ball skills are crazy good. Javon Baker is getting locked up. I live in Florida, so I had friends who were, oh my God, Javon Baker's going to be amazing. It's just because he went to UCF. It always annoyed me. I'm like, all right, guys, let's relax. Does that happen to anybody else, or is that just a Florida thing where these guys get insanely excited and hyped up over any prospect that played at a college in Florida? It's wild to me. Broward County. Shout out to Broward County. I'm here in Palm Beach County. Kari Page. All right. Enough Amazon Prime ads. Looks like the game is finally maybe about to resume. All right. They're talking about Mike Vrabel. Now he used to play for the Patriots. Now he's coaching the Patriots. Like, this isn't a storyline we've heard 100 times, and it's not one that we're going to hear 100 more times in the regular season. Guys, I don't know about you. This maybe is a hot take. I'm pretty sure it is a hot take. I don't enjoy Kirk Herbstreit's commentary. I find him dull. I find him overly positive and optimistic. He's not very realistic when he speaks. I don't know. I've just never been a fan of him. I don't watch a ton of college football. He's pretty good in college football when I watch him there, but I don't like him in the NFL, calling these games as the color commentator. This is one of the weakest crews out there. Al Michaels used to be great. He's past his prime. I don't really love Kirk Herbstreit, though. I don't think he does a great job with the NFL. He gets a lot of names wrong. And he confuses players' skill sets. He'll say this guy's good at this when he's good at the other thing. Like, I just, yeah, Al Michaels did fall off, unfortunately. Al Michaels used to be my favorite. I used to think he was great. I mean, I remember when it was him and Collinsworth on NBC when Odell made the one-handed catch, during that era. Al Michaels was the man. Now, looks like he's just getting paychecks now. Wow, Ray, you're in Stewart. That's pretty close. In Palm Beach Gardens. Looks like Jackson Dart's done for the day. Jameis Winston out there to start the second quarter drive for the Giants. That's really frustrating. Handoff is to Turbo Miller. Well, I don't know how much Jameis Winston and Tommy DeVito I want to realistically react to, guys. So we might only be doing the first half tonight. Hate to warn you. No, I like Tony Romo in the booth. I think he's gotten a little annoying. I think there was a certain point where CBS was like, oh, we really like it when you make those noises and get excited. Do more of that. And then he does it too much. 2nd and 8 here. Shotgun for Jameis Winston from the 37-yard line. Fakes the handoff. Quick pass out to Gunnar Olszewski. He makes a catch and gets popped. It flew out of bounds. Big hit. Yeah, I don't enjoy Troy Aikman's commentary either. I do like Joe Buck, but he's paired with Aikman, and I can't stand that. Is he still? They changed that, didn't they? Is it Joe Buck and it's not Brady? They move all over the place, and I don't know where any of them are anymore. But yes, Troy Aikman is incredibly biased. He loves to talk about how good the Cowboys are. 3rd and 6 here for Jameis Winston. Drops back to pass. Fires one to Gunnar Olszewski on the slant. He's having a big night. Drops down before taking it. He's across midfield over at the 45-yard line. It was a great throw from Jameis. Mark Sanchez is with Joe Buck now? Okay. That's just crazy. I can't believe. I remember watching Mark Sanchez play many years ago for the Jets. I don't really know. Oh, sorry. First and 10. Fake handoff. Winston firing one deep to the end zone. Incomplete. It was intended for Bo Collins, but he wasn't able to get behind the receiver. Just dropped it in the middle of the end zone, but Collins unable to track it. Good coverage. Yeah, Gunnar Olszewski does look good. He looks like a reliable slot receiver. I think he might make this roster. Yeah, it was close. Evan Neal there in pass protection. Evan Neal. Have we seen any Montreal Washington tonight? I don't think he's played. Second and 10. Throw is to Amir Smith-Marset in the slot for a gain of about 3 yards. Jameis is in full command of this huddle, barking orders everywhere. Once again, breath of fresh air. Haven't seen this in a while. That's 3 quarterbacks the Giants have who just step in there and lay their nuts down, call the shots. I love it. 3rd and 8 for the Giants offense coming up here. Shotgun snap to Jameis Winston. Hold on. He's changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Play clock winding down. 3 seconds. Takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to Turbo Miller. He killed the play and handed it off. Not sure that was the best decision. He saw something he liked, but Turbo got crunched for a gain of about 3 yards. Yeah, Bo Collins not having the best game. Yeah, we've definitely seen a major uptick in deep shots, that's for sure. Yes, I did hear the Omaha. He said, Omaha set. Shout out to Peyton Manning. Mr. Omaha. Omaha. 4th and 6 here for the Giants offense. They're going for it from the 41-yard line. Line to gain is 35. Snap is to Winston. Drops back. He's waiting. He's in the pocket, and he's throwing to Hyatt, who is not able to bring it down. Flag on the play. Maybe they're calling, I believe they're calling pass interference. Holding on the defense. They held Jaylen Hyatt. But I got to see the replay because I swear it hit him in the chest. Holding or not, I mean, I'm tired of him looking for the pass interference on every rep. Make the play anyway. I've seen receivers make catches while there's pass interference. Haven't we all? Why can't this guy? Guess they're not going to show a replay. It's a holding, whatever. Okay, moving on. Can't wait to see the all-22. I would like to see this guy drop his nuts and actually make a play. Giants in the Wildcat to Amir Smith-Marset, who runs it down the right edge for a gain of about 6 yards. Interesting play there. If Hyatt's whole role is to draw flags, he's A, not very good at that because he hasn't done it at all in the regular season, and B, very useless because that ain't a very useful role. Sorry, Filtha. I get that you're trying to give him some props, but I don't know. I'd rather see you make the catch. Why is Jackson Dart not playing? 2nd and 4, Giants at the 29-yard line. Shotgun snap to Winston. Hands it off to Turbo, who's going to wait, make a cut, and fall. He's going to be short of the line of the game by about a half a yard. Guys, also, let me know about the audio. Is there a lot of echo or not? I've tried to make some changes to the mic settings and whatnot. I'm trying to fix it. I feel like there's a little echo in here, but let me know how. Hopefully, it's bearable. We've got 1,100 of you watching. Shout out to all of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Deonte Banks is in full pads, suited up here like he was going to play, but he didn't take a snap tonight. I wonder if that means that the Giants plan on having him start. Interesting. 3rd and 1, single back formation. Winston under center, hands off to Turbo, who falls forward for a gain of about 2 yards, picks up the first down, keeps the sticks moving. Not that bad. All right, thanks, guys. I think by the end of the week, there's not going to be any echo. I'm going to get a rug. I'm going to get some curtains. I'm going to get some hung pictures on the walls, so we should be good. After that, there really shouldn't be much echo at all. Just about filling the room up. It's new. I just moved. Yeah, I don't know. I thought Dart should have played the whole first half. He is the second string, though, QDA. Handoff is faked to Jonathan Ward. Jameis Winston off his back foot, firing a floater into the end zone. Hyatt was tackled out of the back of the end zone. No flag. That one probably should have been called. Maybe they're calling it not catchable. I don't know. They're showing Joe Shane. He's looking spiffy in his blazer. 2nd and 10 from the 24. Handoff is to Jonathan Ward, who makes a couple cuts and falls forward down at about the 17-yard line. You guys find me funny tonight. I'm seeing a lot of laughing faces. Ref's got a parlay tonight as well. Maybe that's what you're laughing at. Maybe not me. Yeah, they must have a parlay. This is ridiculous. Jaylen Hyatt's been getting mugged, but he also hasn't been playing well. I stand by it. I don't care about his touchdown catch. All right, let's bring up 3rd and 4 here for the Giants offense at the 18-yard line. Shotgun formation here for Jameis Winston, who sends Gunnar Olszewski in motion. Snap, drop back to pass. He's buying time. He's rolling to his right. He's throwing off his back foot, and he's out of bounds and incomplete. Yeah, Hyatt might be done. Looks like they're starting to phase out some of the guys who started the game. 1,193 live viewers. Thank you to everybody tuning in. Hope you're enjoying. 738 live viewers on my Twitter. Wow, nice. That's new. Never have gone live from my account before. Appreciate everybody tuning in. My first time. First time for everything. Broke the seal. 4th and 4 here for the Giants offense. Gunnar Olszewski once again in motion. Jameis Winston in the shotgun. Drops back to pass. Looking to the left. Firing deep into the end zone. Over the head of a miscommunicated Bo Collins and intercepted. Kyle Duggar makes the pick. Miscommunication there with Bo Collins. That's the 2nd week in a row that a quarterback has been picked off throwing to Collins on a miscommunication. Jeffrey's having fun. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Glad you enjoy. Glad everybody's enjoying. Seems like everybody's enjoying the play-by-play. This is new for me, guys. You know, I didn't do these in the previous seasons. I mean, I've been doing Fireside Giants. This is my 5th year now, but haven't done the live play-by-plays. You guys have requested it many times in the past. Now we're finally here delivering it, and I'm very happy to be. So expect a lot more of these during the season. Week 1, though, you will not see me live on the channel for the play-by-play. I'm very upset about that, honestly, but I got something great cooking, and that is the Bazar Music Festival. You can watch the game live with me, Chris the Entertainer, over at Keensburg Beach, New Jersey, at the Beach Gallery. It's a nice restaurant. It's all rented out for us to watch the game. So just stop on by and go to the Bazar Music Festival. Get your tickets down below in the description box. Week 2, though, versus Dallas, I will be live here on the channel. And probably every other game for the rest of the season. Yeah, preseason. Actually, we don't even have 1 week left. This is the final preseason game. Next week is a bye week, and then after that, it's the regular season. So no more preseason games. It's over. What receivers am I keeping? I need to see a little bit of Montrell Washington tonight because I want to keep him, but haven't seen him at all tonight. Bo Collins is making a pretty good case to get cut. Jaylen Hyatt's made a pretty good case to get cut. He's made a pretty good case to get sent to the moon. I don't care about that one touchdown that he grabbed because it's even this guy's like even the pass interference that he drew, right? First of all, he doesn't make the catch. The ball still hit him in the chest. I understand he was being held, but it still hit him right in the chest. Catch it anyway. Instead, he gets up, he's flailing his arms, he's looking for the flag like he does every single time he's targeted, looking for the damn flag. Make a damn play. Made the one play, not enough for me. Russell Wilson being interviewed on the sideline here. Talking about when he won a Super Bowl here over a decade ago. I've heard this a million times. Okay, let's move on. Russ saying the Giants have great belief and confidence in Brian Dable. That's why the vibes are so good. First and 10 from the 20-yard line. Handoff to the Patriots running back who falls ahead, breaks a tackle. Actually, Fortune tripped him up. Fortune might be my favorite player on the Giants. This is unbelievable. I can't believe the breakout that this guy is having. Guys, who is your favorite player on the New York Giants right now? Comment down below. I'm really curious to know. It's going to bring up 2nd and 5 for the Patriots offense. Handoff. And that was DJ Davidson once again. No, I'm sorry. That was number 69 of the Giants defensive line. Let me check who that is. He was in the backfield. That's Corey Durden. Almost made the play. Slipped, didn't make the tackle. Jamie Giant, Turbo Miller is my favorite. That's pretty cool. Jeffrey's favorite is Neighbors. Chazin's Neighbors. A lot of Neighbors in here. Some Dexter Lawrence. Trenton Wright, our resident Eagles fan. His favorite Giant is Dexter Lawrence. QDA really likes Wandale. Hold on. Fortune's first name, it's something unique. O'Donnell. 3rd and 3, pass, and first down for the Patriots. O'Donnell Fortune. He might be my favorite player. What a name like that, how can he not be? Sexy Dexy seems to be everybody's favorite player, looks like. Drew up there too. Yeah, I really do like Drew Phillips. He's funny too in his interviews. I can't believe this story. If you guys haven't heard it, let me retell it for him. Drew Phillips did an interview during training camp with a press conference at the media. I'm going to stop doing the play-by-play just for a minute here because it's only the Patriots, backups, whatever. But a really nice play there by Corey Durden for the stop. He's having a great game. Sorry, I keep getting distracted. Drew Phillips told this story during training camp that he feels like he is playing a lot better this summer and making more plays on the ball because he can finally see the ball. What do you mean by that, you ask? Well, apparently he got LASIK eye surgery this offseason because for the last 5 years that he's been playing college and NFL football, he's been borderline legally blind, could not see, refused to wear contacts because he doesn't like them. So he just couldn't see the ball. But now he got surgery. He fixed that and he can see. And now he's making plays on the ball in practice and getting interceptions. That's why he had barely any pass breakups last year. That's why he only had one interception that just fell into his chest. That's the story on Drew Phillips and why he's going to be probably a Pro Bowl level player this year because he can finally see the football. That was a funny interview. I couldn't believe that. Hot Nichols finally joining in here. This is nice to see you joining. Giants look good, but Jackson Dart's done for the day, so we're kind of just sitting here, chilling. 3rd and 10. Giants trying to bring the rush. It was a very clean pocket. There was no rush, and that's going to be a first down. D. Williams giving up the reception, but there is a flag on the play. ODF is a good nickname. Oh, my guy, Tuto! How we doing, Paisano? Forza Italia, Forza Napoli, Saturday. Napoli kicking off their season. I can't wait. Good to see you, Tuto. Molto bene, molto bene. That's how I'm doing. 1st and 10 for the Patriots offense here at their own 45-yard line. Screen pass out to the running back. 69 Corey Durden was chasing him down like he had some money to collect, but he didn't make the play. He got blocked. Tackle, gain of about 8 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd and 1, gain of 9. Hey, Malik Neighbors got some a fresh cut. He's looking good. Jackson Dart's still pissed on the sideline. I think he's mad that they're not letting him play anymore. I think he's actually pissed off. Yeah, Russ is trying to talk to him on the sideline. He's still got an angry face, and he's not even speaking. He's just listening to Russ. He's pissed off, and he wants to be in the football game, and I don't blame him. He's not going to play football again in a game setting for a while, and he wants to be out there. Tuto saying, Tony, our rugby league season opener tomorrow, mate. Pray for my victims, mate. I'll pray for you to stay healthy. I'll pray for your victims to heal up quickly. And best of luck on your rugby season opener, my man. Tuto. Tuto's a man. I love Tuto. All right, taco commercial break. Sorry, I got a little distracted there. Yeah, Marcus Bowe looked really good tonight. Chris D is really trolling Jackson Dart in the chat. Yeah, Dart probably was going to get the whole first half and then got hurt. Well, he wasn't really even hurt. He took a shot and they got hit in the head, but they said he was cleared to return. Tuto, should I stream Napoli? Soccer, football, European football? Is that what you guys want to see? You guys want to see me do live play-by-play for Napoli? I'll do it. Sure, why not? No Lukaku, though. Lukaku's injury. He's going to be out a while. Napoli's looking for a replacement. But they just sent off my boy Giacomo Raspadori, so I don't know who the backup striker is now. Ridiculous. Jeffrey wants a lollipop. My favorite all-time Giant is Eli Manning. I got Eli Manning football there. I got Eli Manning mini helmet there. I got Eli Manning Peyton ball there. I got Eli Manning helmet there. And over here, you can't see it. I got an Eli Manning jersey. So, and I've got about 3 of them hanging up in the closet. It's Eli Manning. 2nd and 1, handoff. Balls forward, first down, given up by the Giants defense there. Lawrence Taylor's a good one. He's also a favorite of mine in the collector's item. That's Lawrence Taylor. That's Lawrence Taylor. And that's Lawrence Taylor. So fun fact about this helmet and this football. They're signed by Lawrence Taylor, but they both say Lawrence Taylor is a bad mother effer. He wrote that on both of those. Really cool. I love those. Odell is also one of my favorites. Yeah, Dart's laughing now on the sideline. He's having a good time. It's really not that big of a deal. He's just pissed. He wants to play some more. Hey, Strahan's one of the goats too. I don't have his signature, though. Maybe I got to add that to the collection. That's going to be number 45 of the Giants with a sack there on 1st and 10. That is Tom Fox. He's been on the roster a couple seasons now. Trenton, your favorite all-time Giant is Lawrence Taylor, and you're an Eagles fan. Didn't he, destroy you guys week in and week out? Yeah, Jackson Dart looks happy now. He was hugging Russ on the sideline. Now he's having good conversation with one of his teammates. He's good. 2nd and 11, drop back to pass. Pass is caught. That was D. Williams giving up the catch and coverage. Most underrated favorite Giant. Is it fair to say Ahmad Bradshaw? I feel like he was underrated. Ahmad Bradshaw was a dog. I don't know. Giants fans love Ahmad Bradshaw, obviously. But Bradshaw was a beast. Toomer's a good pick, Max. Dropping back to pass, firing into the end zone. Incomplete, out of bounds. Steve Smith, that's a good one too. Anthony, appreciate you. I really want to see this movie, man. My DMs, they get filled up and I lose the chats. shoot me another message, please, because I want to talk to you about your movie 3, which I'm really excited to see. And everybody, go search that up, the 3 movie, and make sure you keep it on your radar so you can check it out. Second and 10, Woolridge checking down to number 87, who trips over his own 2 feet and falls forward for somehow a 6-yard gain. That was ridiculous. Yeah, Juve Merde. Kevin Boss is a good one. I went to a game where Kevin Boss, it was against the Falcons years and years ago. I want to say 2010, maybe even 2009. I think he scored 3 touchdowns in that game. I mean, he was playing lights out. It was probably the best game of his life. Giants won that game in overtime on a field goal. Corp, thank you so much for the super chat, my friend. I get that Dart wants to go back out there, but we can not have a scenario where we suffer a blow the way of Tua. Sure, but he also was cleared to play. He's fine. So I don't know. But I get what you're saying. I don't want to see him get hurt. It is the preseason. And if Brian Dable feels like he's ready if he gets in there for the regular season, then he doesn't need any more reps. I guess it's fine. I'll trust Dable, I suppose. Maybe I'll start calling rugby. I'll start calling soccer. I'll start calling everything here. 3rd and 5. Woolridge drops back to pass. He's firing for the first down, and that's going to be caught. That was a good catch by Lutz, rookie out of Delaware. Good coverage, just caught. Jeff Fiegels, that's a good Bear Pasco. How about Henry Hynoski, the Rhinoceros? Yo, is it just me? Whenever Brandon Jacobs used to score a touchdown, I would run around the house and go, remember that Brandon Jacobs signature touchdown where he would grab his face mask? I used to do that. I loved that. And I'm sure everybody, whenever Cruz would score, we all did the salsa in our living rooms, didn't we? I actually did the salsa one time. I was in class one time, and my teacher mentioned the Giants game. They mentioned Victor Cruz. I just got up and started hitting the salsa. I was in like 5th grade. It was actually kind of embarrassing, but figured you guys would find that funny. That's a fade route to D. Williams. Never got his head turned around, looking like prime Deonte Banks there. That's a touchdown for the New England Patriots. Got to see my salsa. You don't want to see that. You don't want to see that. Yeah, D. Williams had his head turned around and then turned back around away from the ball and just let it drop over his shoulder for the receiver. That was a really bad rep. Don't search D. Williams and, well, I don't know. Whatever you search might be prettier than that because that was pretty ugly. Yes, sir, NATO. Jackson Dart is looking like a QB1. R.W. McQuarters, that's a poll right there. What about Paul Perkins? Oh, my favorite underrated Giant, Orleans Darkwa. I have an Orleans Darkwa t-shirt. That's right. I was so big on Orleans Darkwa. I went on NFL.com, paid the additional price to get my Giants t-shirt customized, and I put Darkwa 26 on the back like an absolute sicko. A year later, they drafted Saquon Barkley, and the new 26 came to town, and Orleans Darkwa was out of the league. So I got a whole lot of wear out of that shirt. Stupid. Dwayne Harris did have a run for us. Remember he caught that 4th down touchdown against the Saints when Eli had 6 in a game. Or did he have 7? Yeah, I think he had 6. Breeze had 7. That game was ridiculous. I'm sure you all remember the game. It was 2015. Kenny Phillips, that's a good pull. Darkwa was my favorite pull. Stevie Brown was good. Will Hill. You guys remember Will Hill? Off the field troubles, but a good player. Do we think a Canadian football team can beat the Giants? No. Olivier Vernon was good. Nah, Darkwa didn't suck. Darkwa was nice. I was such a believer in Darkwa. Linval Joseph was good. He hung around the league forever, too. He stayed a good player. Same as Dalvin Tomlinson. He's still a good player in this league. Jackrabbit was sick. Alec Ogletree was terrible. I'm sorry, little bulldozer. I did not like Alec Ogletree. Yo, Snacks, he wasn't underrated, but he's a good pull because he was so good. Damon Snacks Harrison was He might have been he was one of my favorite players on the team at the time. I loved Snacks Harrison. David Wilson is a sad story. Chase Blackburn was good. Bro Wilson was good. Jesse Armstead was a beast. Antrell Roll was so good for the Giants. Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. DRC was, oh my God, I love the DRC. Guys, that 2016 team, they lost in the wild card round. Not going to go down in history, but man, good team. A lot of fun and likable players. BJ Hill is a good pull. He was a good player. Antonio Pierce was a beast. Plaxico was sick. We're just naming, dude, this is real football fan hours. We're just naming football players that we like. This is awesome. Plaxico was sick. Chris Candy was nice. He had a dope face mask. Him, Tuck had the coolest face mask combo. Stephen Baker, the TD maker. That one might be before my time. I don't know. I don't remember him. LeVar Arrington. Jason Sehorn. Michael Bennett. I forgot he was on the team. The tight end. Larry Donnell. How could I forget Larry Donnell? How could I forget Will Tye? Oh, I thought Will Tye was going to be a Pro Bowler. I don't know why I was so convinced. Justin Tuck was a beast. I've interviewed Justin Tuck 3 or 4 times now in my sports media career. He's like my favorite guy to interview at this point. He actually knows me. If I see him, he'll say hello. And likewise, I love Justin Tuck. Really good guy. Lawrence Tynes, LT9. What a beast. Matthias Kiwanuka. He was good. That's a good pull, too. Yeah, Justin Tuck is a really nice guy. Henry Hanaski's grandma was your teacher in 6th grade. That's awesome. C-Web. Corey Webster. Good player. Kawika Mitchell. That's also a good one. How about the hefty lefty, Dave Tollefson? You guys remember the hefty lefty? What Giant annoyed you the most? Prince Mukamara? Eli Apple. Oh my God, I would rip my hair out. He would never get his head turned around. Cornerbacks are just so annoying, aren't they? Corners. Yeah, rest in peace to the hefty lefty. Otis Anderson. That's a good pull. Super Bowl MVP right there. Ramses Barden. You guys remember, what was his name? Who was the wide receiver that literally dropped everything? How was he on a regular season roster? What was this guy's name? Preston Parker. How the hell was that guy on an NFL regular season roster? He couldn't catch a ball if his life depended on it. Oh, guys, who is wide receiver caught the game-winning catch against the Chiefs to get down inside the 5-yard line? I think this was 2017. Giants sucked. They won 3 games that year, whatever. But he caught a game winner like down inside the 5. Ruben Randall was good at times. Oh, who was that guy who caught that pass? Was it Dante Pettis? I don't think it was Dante Pettis. I think it was somebody else. Landon Collins was such a beast. I was such a fan of Landon Collins. I had a Landon Collins jersey. Still do, probably. Roger Lewis, that's his name, Dame. Roger Lewis, the GOAT. That's such a pull. Roger Lewis had some good moments for the Giants. Roger Lewis. Mario Manningham was a beast. One of the greatest plays in history. Roger Lewis, good pull. Yes, I forgot Roger Lewis was on the boat. Bad look. The fucking boat. It's so funny. Giants fans say the boat, and we all we all know it. I remember. It's funny enough. They were on a boat in Miami, and I was in Miami, and I was like, "What the hell are they doing here?" I just happened to be in Miami at the same time. David Tyree, the most memorable moment. Yeah, I mean, it's the greatest play in Giants history. Manningham catches up there, though. Aaron Ross was sick. I really liked Aaron Ross. Dame was the biggest Roger Lewis fan in the world. Brad chiming in with Eli Apple, one of my least favorite Giants of all time. Evan Ingram or Engram. Yeah, Eli Apple was tough. Jeremy Shockey was sick. Yeah, the Justin Tuck Super Bowl hype speech was the best. Tooney. Yeah, I wish Tiki didn't retire early. He definitely deserved to win that Super Bowl, but then again, he didn't because he talked shit about Eli, right? Sam Beal. Sam Beal, the third round pick. The wasted third round pick. In the compensatory draft. It was unreal. Oh, Dave Gettleman. Rank the Giants GMs of the 21st century. I'm going to go number one. This might sound crazy. I'm going to go number one, Jerry Reese. Number two, Ernie Accorsi. Is that crazy? BW Webb is such a good poll. BW Webb. That guy would make me laugh every time. That is a good poll. I think Jerry Reese won, Ernie Accorsi two. I have to go, unfortunately, Dave Gettleman 3, Joe Shane 4 right now. Just for now, Joe Shane's easily on his way to surpass Dave Gettleman. I don't know. I might even put Dave Gettleman ahead. Dave Gettleman, I might even put Joe Shane ahead of Dave Gettleman. But I don't know. The Daniel Jones contract is like a real stain on a resume that's really hard to wash away. Not including George Young, 21st century only. So the four guys I mentioned are the four guys that we're ranking. Yeah, Gettleman drafted Jones, but then Joe Shane doubled down and gave him $140 million effing dollars. Mike Glennon, the giraffe. Hey, he won a game as a starter for the Giants. Jason Sehorn's a great pull. Yeah, he did risk a lot to get Eli. It's probably Ernie Accorsi first. Yeah, I don't know. Gettleman was pretty bad. Nick Glennon. It was a well-written deal, Rob. He did get out of it quickly. It was front-loaded with guaranteed money so that they could get out of it soon. And they did, thank God. Geno Smith, Giant. Yeah, it's a good poll. That is a good poll. JG Wentworth? Like the advertisement? Is it you? JG. No, that's different. I'm sorry. That's definitely different. Good poll, though. Ruben Randall was solid at times. Leonard Williams was really good when he was on the Giants. Now he's still really good. Bring back BJ Hill. I'm so for it. BJ Hill. The Giants drafted BJ at 69 overall in the draft. It was an unbelievable moment. One of my favorite moments in Giants history, I think. Mike Glennon didn't win a game. I thought he beat the Cowboys. Didn't Mike Glennon win? Maybe not. I could be wrong. All those shitty years of Giants football are a blur. The winning years stand out. I can tell you almost a game-by-game recap. You bring up any game from 2016, I'll give you the recap that the Giants, were in that game, in that season. Same thing with 2011, mostly with 2007. That's pretty far back now, but 2011, 2016, I'll give you, and 2022, I'll give you the recap on any game. But the losing seasons are such a blur. I can't take them. I've thrown those out of my memory. Yeah, Felto, we're way better than the Joe Judge era, that's for sure. BJ Hill's one of them. Leonard Williams is one of them. Julian Love is another one. That's a great pull. I'm surprised nobody said Julian Love yet. Yeah, he's a great player that the Giants let go. Jabril Peppers was really good for a couple of years after he left the Giants, too. Trendon Holiday is quite a pull. That's a really good pull. DeAndre Baker, yeah, F that guy. Kadarius Toney. What about Evan Neal? Julian Love, we interviewed him here on Fireside Giants. I'll give you another poll. Jonathan Hilliman. Remember Jonathan Hilliman? He was also on Fireside Giants. He watched the NFL draft on Fireside Giants with us back in 2021. Crazy that happened, but you can go back on the channel and watch him live react with us. Janoris Jenkins was so good. Steve Smith was really good. Yeah, you guys remember Jonathan Hilliman? While he was on the Giants, he was just watching the NFL draft with us in 2021 on a live stream. It was pretty sick. Corey Ballantyne, that's a good one. He stuck around in this league. I think he's on the Packers. Yeah, Chazin, that was Drew Lieberman. We interviewed Drew Lieberman on the channel. He's a really good wide receivers coach. He actually was training all the Giants receivers this offseason. Darius Slayton got together with Drew Lieberman, and he flew out Malik Neighbors, Wandale, all the backups. Chris Manhertz was there. They were all training with Drew Lieberman. So expect a good year from this receiving core. Ingram stopped dropping the ball, and so did Slayton after they started working with Lieberman. David McKinney's a beast. Kevin Booth, that's a good one. How about some big guys? David Deal, Sean O'Hara, Kareem McKenzie, Nate Solder. Yeah, he does need to work with Hyatt. Hyatt just keeps trapping the ball in his chest. How about you use your hands, make the catch? JPP was a beast, bro. Alex Tanney, oh my God, yeah. Colt McCoy, forgot he was on the Giants. Jeez, I'm glad I forgot that. What about Boley? You guys remember Boley? Remember when Boley had the pick six on primetime and then threw the ball to celebrate and just drilled a photographer in the head? That was awesome. Zeitler was good, actually. Mike Boley, bro. He was sick. 1,313 live viewers in the chat. Thank you to everybody. Appreciate all of you viewing. Halftime just ended. I stayed on through halftime talking ball with you guys because I wanted to see if maybe we get a surprise here and if Jackson Dart starts the second half. I don't think we will, though. I think we're going to get – yeah, he's still got his helmet off. I think we're going to get some Tommy DeVito, but I'm going to wait to see if we get Dart. If not, I'm going to go ahead and call this stream and root on Tommy DeVito from afar. Kevin Boss was so good for the Giants for a little bit. Antonio Pierce as our DC is an interesting idea, Rob. If the Giants' defense is terrible this year, which I can't even see how it would be, then maybe. Dable said he didn't learn much from Jackson Dart's start. Just said he looked good as he expected. And Brian Dable just confirmed that Tommy DeVito is going to play the rest of the game Is that my boy? Oh, that's Makari Page making a big tackle for loss way back in the backfield. Oh, I missed this super chat here from Corp. Thank you so much, buddy. I really do appreciate it. Saying, I feel sorry for Russ. No matter how he plays this season, he is one and done in New York. Probably, but I've given this hot take before on Giants Collective, and I just dropped it recently on the channel. I do think this is Russell Wilson's last season in the NFL. I think he's going to retire New York Giant right off into the Big Apple sunset. He's 36. He's been on 3 teams in 3 years, and he's about to have a rookie quarterback replace him midseason, most likely. He's probably going to retire after this, I think. And he's going to retire a Hall of Famer. That's a Hall of Fame career. So, Christian, thank you so much for the super chat from afar. Give some love to Anthony with a like on this live. Appreciate that, Christian. Everybody would appreciate a like. Thank you very much. All 1,300 of you from the different platforms. I know it only says like 100 of you on YouTube, but 800 something watching on Anthony_Rivardo on Twitter. You can go follow. And then another 400 watching on @Fireside Giants on Twitter. Tyler Sash, that's a good one. NATO trying to dupe me here, saying that the Giants traded for Jerry Jeudy. I wish. I think you're just a long-time viewer of the channel and remember how obsessed I was with Jerry Jeudy when he was in the pre-draft process. I will not be duped, my friend. All right, guys, I think we're winding down here for this live stream. Not sure that I want to do the commentary for the Tommy DeVito end of an era. I think I might get a little emotional and sad to see my Cutlets go. Alec Pierce would be so good for the Giants just as an outside guy. Opposite, well, I don't know. They've got Slayton. He's pretty good. But all right, guys, I do appreciate everybody who tuned in. Again, over 1,300 of you in here at one. But I'm going to go ahead and call this one. It's Thursday night. I'm tired. I'm not going to watch the final Cutlet. I'm sorry. No crying on the stream for me tonight. I'm just going to go cry in bed about Tommy DeVito ending his Giants career most likely. But once again, guys, really do appreciate you. This was a lot of fun. All of these live streams have been super fun. And yes, expect me with another video back on the channel tomorrow. I'll probably do a film breakdown reacting to something from this game, and really excited to do more of these live streams. Derek, appreciate the super chat, my friend. Thanks so much. Saying super excited to have you Saturday and Sunday at Bezara. Let's go. Can't wait, guys. And before I do wrap up the live stream, I will plug the Bezara Music Festival once again. I will be there with Chris the Entertainer talking sports. I know you guys do love him. He's got a huge following. In fact, we're actually going to be doing a collab episode, I think tomorrow night or Saturday. So expect an episode of Chris and I. And there we're going to go over some Giants topics, and we're going to give you the full breakdown on what to expect over at the Bezara Music Festival, the Saturday and Sunday, the opening kickoff weekend for the NFL. Like I said, guys, go get your GA Plus tickets down below in the comment section at the link, and you can meet me. You can watch me do one of these live streams, and you can also be at a restaurant watching Giants versus Commanders with myself and the Entertainer, and also great music, drinks, fun time. It's going to be a blast. So I can't wait for the Bezara Music Festival. Once again, guys, link down below in the description box. Make sure to go get your tickets, and I'll see you there, and I can't wait to see you there. But all right, winners for today: O'Donnell Fortune, Jackson Dart, Greg Dulcich. Those are my winners. Losers, I'm still going to get Jaylen Hyatt in there just because he had those drops. Bo Collins as well. They didn't play too well. But other than that, I'm happy. End of an era for Tommy Cutlets. Well, I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks again, guys. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, ring the bell so you don't miss an episode, and comment your thoughts. If you listen to Apple or Spotify, leave us 5 stars, and go follow us on social media. I'll catch you on the next one. Have a good one, and let's go New York Giants. Scatterboo!
Perfect.